A Westerner would never write a science fiction book like that. That's so utterly original and totally crazy for us that, I mean, I think it was the best trilogy I've ever read. And it was a bit scary at times because this guy, I don't know, I would like to meet him at some point. It would be fantastic to discuss about his view of the universe. What I found very different is the way of as I said, the way of relating the histories of individual characters and the personalities of individual characters with how the history of the universe evolves in the book. This is so delicate in a way. It's such a sensibility that is completely different from ours. It's very difficult to explain. And also its explanation of the Fermi paradox. Now, the Fermi paradox says, if there are civilizations everywhere, if life is everywhere, why don't we see the other civilizations, right? And he gives an explanation which is really scary. I don't know if you read the book. It's really scary. They're hiding. They're hiding because they don't want to be destroyed, right? It's the Dark Forest, the second book of the trilogy. Which is, whoa, man, gives you the idea of a person that had a very tough history in his life, right? Maybe his history or his country's history, or maybe just an experiment he did in this book, I don't know. But it's less naive than Western science fiction, if you like. More tough, more dark, more, one could say realistic, but I'm an optimist, so I would never accept that view. It's only very interesting to read it. Science fiction in Italy is going down a little bit. Fantasy is everywhere. I think also in the rest of the world. Fantasy everywhere. Vampires, all of these kind of things. So science fiction is not so popular in Italy anymore. There is a hardcore little group of readers. And those know this book because that's the very truly new original idea on the science fiction market, in my opinion. And but it was suggested to me by friends that work in Munich, astronomers. So when I was staying there for a collaboration visit, they gave me the book to read, and then I bought it immediately. It's fantastic. You must have it and read it again later. Really interesting. I know he wrote other books, but I didn't read them yet. It's interesting because of the Chinese culture that he displays, but it's more interesting the way he mixes people with the universe. So humans with extraterrestrials. Little beings that could, in principle, live only a few years with the vastness of the history of the universe. I mean, it's something amazing. Amazing. I mean, those was really interesting. A different perspective, let's say. Very different perspective. I love science fiction in general. So for me, it was a big discovery. I'm going to buy all the other books.